It's a pleasure to see you after so many years, and I'm very happy you keep working for FIDE, for chess. I think it's very important that this work is being doing. Can you hear me?
Está baixo, está baixinho.
Okay. So it's a pleasure to introduce you to everybody. I will translate this for the Brazilian. Sure, your Portuguese are good enough, and it's a very good opportunity to recover all your Portuguese lessons here. Bom, o Kevin O'Connell, como ele falou, está envolvido na FIDE desde 73. Antes de eu entrar na FIDE, ele já estava por lá. Eu fui entrar em 86, né, no congresso em Dubai. Ele já estava lá e começou logo após em 84 a trabalhar na comissão de xadrez nas escolas, como um dos integrantes. A comissão que antes era o Paladino, tinha alguma coisa a ver com isso, era o xadrez for all, né? Chess for all, que mudou para Chess in School. E ele fez todo esse trabalho. Ele tem o trabalho dele de pesquisa na área de xadrez e esporte, especialmente na área principalmente de psicologia, né? Mas de uma maneira ou de outra ele está envolvido com essas pesquisas aí, na verdade, por 50 anos, né? Desde que ele entrou na faculdade. Ele fez uma pesquisa sobre o Império Colonial Português, desde 1500 até, provavelmente, imagino eu, até 74, quando cai lá a colônia de Angola, Moçambique e tal. Mas, obviamente, o português dele talvez não seja tão bom para a apresentação. Tá? Então, nós vamos ficar com o inglês e ele, obviamente, tem uma... Na comissão de xadrez nas escolas, ele foi o chairman de 14 a 18. Antes disso, ele tinha sido secretário. E depois disso, é o presidente honorário, né? O Liputin é o chairman, ele é o presidente honorário. E também secretário, está acumulando como secretário da comissão de xadrez e educação, que mudou esse nome. E eu concordo com ele quando ele diz que é um nome muito mais apropriado do que o xadrez nas escolas. Né? Nós, quando criamos a comissão, né? Mas a gente trabalhou muito xadrez nas escolas, tal, mas obviamente que o nome xadrez e educação é um nome muito mais apropriado.
E abrangente, né?
Abrangente e adequado, né? Mesmo para falar do trabalho que se faz, né? Dentro da FIDE, etc. Né? Ele vai fazer um trabalho, ele vai falar sobre um trabalho que não é dele, é uma outra pesquisa, eu não sei exatamente qual é, mas ele vai falar a partir de agora. Okay, Dr. Connell, I had finished your presentation. I translated somehow your introduction, and I don't know if Dr. Valerio want to make any introduction. Yeah.
No? Okay. What I had prepared, I thought would take 35 minutes to present, but I think that probably I should speed that up a lot so that perhaps you can translate a few of the more important parts. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Anyone? I guess most of the people here understood more or less the English, at least. So there's not
okay.
I guess so. But anything
okay.
I can help you, to translate.
Okay, I guess generally they will do better with the text when it appears on screen rather than my voice.
Okay.
Which they may have difficulty following. So I would, let me get it on, let me get the document. Once I have that. Okay, would you give me the ability to share my screen, please?
Valério?
Valério, acho que você tem que colocar para mais de um compartilhar ali.
Tá, ele já pôs. Now you are
Okay.
host, Con.
Yes. One second. Okay, do you see my document?
Not yet.
Oh, this is showing that it should have appeared. Sorry, I failed to click that. Okay, now?
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to talk about is the research that has been done into the use of psychomotricity for teaching very young children, mainly 4 to 7, but can be even younger, teaching them chess combined with basic STEM skills. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So using psychomotricity for this, it originated, as far as I know, in Italy in 2005. And it's since been much developed, especially as part of the Erasmus, European Union Erasmus Castle project, which ran 2014 to 2017 in Italy, Spain, and Germany, with the involvement of FIDE, which led to the development of the FIDE Early Years Skills Program. Psychomotor activity on a giant chessboard. As you can see, I think from the illustration, each square is more than large enough for a child. Indeed, I have attended one seminar for the teaching of teachers, and each square was quite large enough for a teacher. So the idea behind this is that children are the central figures, and they develop their sensory motor capacity, which is basically what psychomotricity is. So it's movement, sensory motor, and especially the internalization of knowledge. And this has been seen to be a magical experience for the kids. It provides a kind of bridge between reality and imagination. There are carefully structured game activities introduced by stories, and the children have a unique opportunity to build social relationships with companions on the giant chessboard. Incidentally, they are not playing chess, and for a large part of the program, they are not even learning chess. The purpose is to internalize concepts which are used in maths, geometry, history, geography, and so on, using that giant chessboard. So the program develops the internalization of abilities and concepts such as what is a square, what is a line, What is a horizontal? What is left? What is right? What is vertical? What is in front of? What is behind? What is a diagonal? How to read coordinates, simple map reading. We know it as notation. Rhythmic sense, spatial orientation, and solving problem situations. Now, using those basic concepts, the children move on to more complex situations. And that provides them with abilities and competencies that are useful in other subjects, in daily life, and also, not least, for learning the game of chess. Now, I don't know if you want to translate any of that before we move on to showing you what this actually involves. And after that, we move on to looking at the research itself.
Ok. I don't know, Valério, você, como é que você quer? Eu não vi nenhuma pergunta aqui no chat. Não sei se...
Vamos fazer o seguinte, Jaime. O pessoal escreve as perguntas na área de texto, no chat. E daí você traduz essas perguntas para o Kevin. Então, quem está nos ouvindo, participando da reunião, por favor, assim que surgir, escreva na área de chat.
Ok. Okay, Dr. Connor, if there is any question, they will write down in the chat and I will translate to you, to pass to you anytime, okay? That's works for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will go on now with showing you some of the project so that you can see for yourselves what it actually involves, because it's so much easier to understand these things if you can actually see it. So let's go. These links are all in the document, and later today I will upload the document to one of our sites, and I will send Dr. Bruce Moline the link so that he can pass that link on to you so that you can see everything that we're looking at here. This is a very basic part Okay, I will. Okay, sorry, I'll stop that. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere here. The village. The village where I live has just over 100 people, but about 1,000 sheep. So we're way out in the middle of nowhere in France, and we do not yet have broadband. The fiber cable has come up the hill and it's reached the crossroads just above us, but it's probably going to be another 2 or 3 months before we get to connect. So the linkage there for us is poor. So I will stop that, but I think you get an idea from what you saw there that it does not look like a chess course. Okay, the giant chessboard is there, and you saw the children right at the beginning of the course learning the difference between black and white and a square, and how to move from one square to another square, one square at a time. Sorry, I'm just trying to take a quick glance over the chat. Okay, so I will risk trying one more of these short videos. So let's try again. 11, no, 7.
Nicole, vieni. Prendi. La corda rossa e la corda gialla. Sali dove vuoi. Vai.
Okay, here the children are learning effectively how to read a simple map, like the map of your town or city, or indeed the map of the chessboard and chess notation. And this is at a stage about halfway through the program. Rospuss and Goofy are these characters, these toys that they use on or next to the giant board. Okay, I think that gives you an adequate idea.
e 4.
Excuse me, I'm trying to manipulate 2 computers and 4 screens, and it's just a little bit complicated. So I will go back now to sharing my screen of the document. So, as I said, that system of psychomotricity on the giant board started about 2005, and the first significant piece of research was carried out in 2011 in Italy, mostly in northern Italy. And that research was carried out principally by Professor Roberto Trinchero of the University of Turin. And the aim of the research was to establish the effectiveness or not of this intervention of psychomotor skills on the giant floor chessboard. On the basic skill set of children, and this particular bit of research was children in the first year of primary school. So towards the higher end of the age range. And the basic skill set was taken from the national curriculum of Italian national curriculum of 2007. And the table, figure 23, shows the basic skills and what was found in the experiment. So you will be able to read through all of this at leisure once you get the link, but I will just highlight a couple of things. As one might expect, body and sport movement, there was a significant impact, but also geography, mathematics, counting objects, counting events, including mental arithmetic, mentally performing simple operations with natural numbers, calculation. My apologies for the poor formatting of this. I didn't check it carefully enough, but you can follow it nonetheless, I think. So many aspects. So mathematics, geography, STEM skills, but also, of course, language skills and social skills. The children were learning more Italian. They were learning words in Italian that they would not normally come across, especially in the stories. I haven't given you an example of a story, but each lesson is introduced by a story with a loose connection to chess, but not a story for chess players. And then we have what I think is the most interesting area, transversal skills. So using logic to reach conclusions, starting from the premises, if, then. This is one of the things that we stress very much in the commission publication, Chess, a Tool for Education and Health, because of the 6 aspects of Bloom, the top 3 are, come on memory, analysis, something, and creation are the most difficult to teach in the classroom using existing normal classroom subjects such as Italian or Portuguese or maths or geography. But chess, and even at this very, very early age, using psychomotricity, these aspects, these educational aspects can be taught even to the youngest of children. So you get motor and visual memory, creativity and imagination. Children's attention span increases. They learn more self-control. And another very important one, they demonstrate the ability to reflect on situations before making decisions. Obviously, when they start to play chess, that's incredibly important. But even more important is that they learn that before they start to play chess, because this has an immense impact in people's lives. And various other things here. And following down here, there is a good deal of detail from the data that was acquired in this piece of research, so that you can see how you can see those things that the children improved, and you can see the degrees to which that happened. Where was it? That was, sorry, 24. We have here the data on of the information about the schools from which all the data was collected, and the analysis of that data by the University of Turin showed a significant relationship between the intervention of these psychomotor skills on the giant chessboard and a good number of basic skills. So there's a big table here of the various kinds of skills, the average increase of the experimental group, the average increase of the control group, and the significance. Some of which were very interesting. I mean, there was a huge impact on classifying numbers, figures, and objects. Similarly, as I mentioned before, using logic to reach conclusions on the basis of if, then. And the development of attention span was interesting as well, as indeed are several of the others. Now, grouping the results by disciplinary area, we can see the impact on various areas within education. So this significant factor in mathematics is obviously significant, important, and transversality. We often have difficulties with transversality, especially listening to Fernand Gobet and Giovanni Sala, who have always been very skeptical about any transversality of chess teaching to other subjects. But this program, of course, is in many respects not chess teaching. Although at the end of a 2-year program, the children will know how the chess pieces move. So that particular piece of research had limits, doesn't all research, but the experiment had a small sample, and there were evaluation judgments entrusted to the teachers, not to external observers. Nonetheless, very interesting, I think. Oh, and I should also mention that this program is always taught exclusively and absolutely only by the teachers. There is absolutely zero interaction with external chess teachers. So no chess coach, no chess tutor is involved, only the teacher. Do you want to give a brief translation of any of that?
Yeah, I can. Bom, ok. Bom, foi uma longa apresentação. Eu não sei se vocês gostariam de alguma tradução especial de algum dos conteúdos, né? Especialmente essa parte dessa pesquisa feita em Torino, onde ele trabalha com esse tabuleiro gigante, que é bastante conhecido aqui no Brasil já, esses trabalhos, né? Com crianças do primário, né? Primeiro primário. Imagino eu aí com em torno de 6 anos de idade. Né? E desenvolve essas características que ele colocou aqui, né? Dentro da tabelinha. Né? Mas o que é interessante nesse processo é que ele não é o ensino do xadrez em si, apesar que as crianças eventualmente aprendem a jogar xadrez, mas é utilizar o tabuleiro e a questão do espaço, a localização, né? Tudo isso que faz a diferença do aprendizado e faz esse desenvolvimento, né? Então, Dr. O'Connell, aqui, Nicolini, a professora Nicolini, said that the FIDE website have many videos about this, but he can't open this. So I don't know. Is it true? It's for everyone to download this from the FIDE website.
Yes, yes, absolutely. At the end of this document, there are specific links to some of the videos, but there is the important main link to the Early Years Skills website, where there are some 50 plus of these little videos.
Ok. Bom, então eles estão disponíveis lá, né? Quer dizer, ele vai no final do documento, ele vai mostrar ali. Aqui, Nicolino, não entendi aqui.
Porque, na verdade, Jaime, tá me ouvindo?
Tô ouvindo bem.
Tem os vídeos, mas eu não achei nada explicando as bases para fazer isso. Então, a dúvida é em relação... Porque apenas vendo os vídeos eu teria que copiar as atividades, mas não entender as bases pedagógicas disso.
Tá. Dr. Connor, he said that... well, he wrote here in the chat about...
yes.
Yeah.
There is
want
indeed.
To know
well, the text, which is to be found above the list of the videos, gives some idea. There is an accompanying book. Again, there's a link to it in the at the end of my presentation document. That book is for the teachers, really. It's giving them great detail about how to present each module of the program, what the expectations are, what the objectives are, what they should be trying to achieve in that particular lesson. So
okay,
I think that.
Okay. Ok. Não sei se tem algum outro aspecto que vocês gostariam de algum esclarecimento.
Sí, lo puse en el chat.
Sí. Por favor, Juan.
Sí, si me permiten. Lo escribí en el chat. No sé si lo expongo por acá o solo por el chat.
Bueno, en principio es más fácil en el chat, pero si lo pone acá también está bien, no hay ningún problema.
Okay.
O lo se quiere hacer en inglés directamente a O'Connor.
No, en español y a ver si lo traducen, porque el otro día hice una pregunta y no se entendió muy bien. Entonces, prefiero en español. Me gustaría que si pudiese resumir un poco los impactos o los efectos del ajedrez educativo, tanto en el rendimiento escolar o en las habilidades. Si en su opinión esos efectos son estadísticamente significativos y podrían orientar nuevas investigaciones, o más bien uno tendría que tomar una posición quizás más escéptica, como la del profesor Gobet, respecto de las investigaciones del doctor Trinquero en Italia.
Ajá. Okay, Dr. Juan Manuel asked about the effective results in the research and the benefits of chess. No, the concrete results, I don't know if you...
Yeah, well, the statistical significance of each of those items was shown in that table. I forget, figure 23, figure 24, from that first piece of research. The second piece of research that we're going to look at in a moment, that was done in the period 2014 to 2017 and published, I forget, either the end of 2017 or in 2018. What I've included in this presentation is only a small amount, and I don't think I've included the statistical significance, but that is drawn from the document published by the University of Turin, and that document runs to over 350 pages. It has a huge number of tables, all of which have all of the data that you could wish for and all of the statistical significance figures.
Okay, thank you. ¿Está bien, Juan Manuel? Sí, sí.
I understand. Thank you.
Sí.
In my case, I understand. En el grupo, I don't know.
Okay. But me permita complementar que mañana estará el doctor Gobé a la su presentación mañana. Y él tiene una posición crítica, como habló el doctor O'Connell, en algunos aspectos de la transversalidad y la transferencia, ¿no?
So if I understand correctly, Fernando is presenting tomorrow.
Yeah, perfect. Your Portuguese are perfect.
Okay, I should, I think, carry on now so that we don't run out of time.
Please.
So the second piece of research was carried out during the Castle project, which was, I mentioned before this, it was a European Union Erasmus project. It was funded to roughly 250,000 euros. So it was a really major project. And that was carried out in Italy, Spain, and Germany. The data is missing a chunk because the teachers responded in all three countries, but German schools were not permitted, as part of the education law in the country, they were not permitted to test pupils. So data for pupils is only from Italy and Spain, but for teachers, it's from all three countries. The teachers all answered a questionnaire, and some of the responses to the questionnaire were very interesting. Okay, this is we can't call this statistically significant because it's an open-ended questionnaire, but emphatically they emphasized increase in motivation, teamwork, and attention as the main things brought by this. There was excellent improvement in spatial orientation. And remember, this is not from playing chess. The children at this point have not learnt how to play chess. They're just doing these things on the giant chessboard. Social skills, basic STEM skills, little or nothing to do with chess. Although at the very end of the project, they do learn how each piece moves, and they internalize the movement of those pieces by acting out on the giant chessboard the moves of those pieces. So indeed, the activities allowed the students to assimilate, I would prefer to say internalize, the movements of the chess pieces and to internalize them. That, I think, is immensely important and is something that I'll refer to in the conclusion, relating to a hypothesis of mine. So there are many, many comments here that we have back from them. And again, another one that I think is particularly important, though again, Fernand probably won't like it much because it's just from this open-ended questionnaire, but the activities favored the acquisition of transversal skills. Now, when that was from the open-ended questionnaire for teachers. When we go to the specific data for the children, so just Italy and Spain now, we've got a number of things here. So the experimental group, for the following things here, the experimental group obtained a substantially higher percentage of improvement, more than 40%. They had improvements in other areas, but these areas were particularly impressive. So moving in a coordinated way, physical education in effect. Successfully executing a delivery similar to the game on the board. I think that's rather confusing, the language used there, but really this is the children listening to instructions to do a certain thing or things on the giant chessboard and successfully implementing those instructions. They could count objects or events either verbally or indeed mentally. And that was another very substantial improvement, and something that's unusual, I think, for very young children. They improved very much in giving correct directions to another child to follow a simple path. And there was a lot more that you can follow through at leisure. I'm going to go through this now quite fast, or even faster than I was, because of time constraint. So unsurprisingly, the children improved their body and motor language in a personal way, expressing themselves. Very interesting, I think, that the expression of emotions and feelings, something that I think there's been not a huge amount of research into, and certainly I've never heard of that being expressed in connection with anything to do with chess, with the sole exception of the general comment that children who play chess learn to lose and thus in some way, shape or form control their emotions. But that's very different from what the kids are doing in this program. So in order to allow some more time for questions at the end, I'll move on now directly to the conclusion and my hypothesis. So the early years skills program, I think we can clearly say, shows great promise as an educational tool. Oh, something else I should have mentioned earlier. This is not only the Italian program, the Castle program, the FIDE program. Similar programs have been developed around the world, not least in Colombia. But other countries as well. Now, for me, there is what I think is a very interesting hypothesis yet to be tested. I think it's possible, likely even, that this internalization of the moves by children as they learn chess may improve the accuracy and speed of calculation of a chess player who has learnt to play using a psychomotor method compared to a chess player who has learnt to play by a more traditional method. It will be difficult to construct a suitable protocol to test that. And indeed, it would take, no doubt, a very long time because of needing to find these two groups. Those who will have learnt to play using a psychomotor method will have done so at the age of 4, 5, 6. And they won't really be a chess player for a decade, 10 years or more after that. So it's going to be a difficult protocol to create. But nonetheless, I think it's a very interesting hypothesis. And the references here at the end give you links, most of them downloadable, to those items that I've mentioned in the document. So that really is where I finish. But if you have some specific questions, I will endeavor to answer them now.
Ok, thank you, Dr. Conan. Bom, então agora nós estaríamos abertos a perguntas, né? Ele está disponível a perguntas. Eu gostaria só de agregar uma situação. Ele falou que esse trabalho com as crianças muito jovens tem um trabalho muito interessante na Colômbia, e eu gostaria de agregar que é feito pela Adriana Salazar. Eu estive lá nos anos 90, né, e conheci o trabalho dela na Escola de Talentos de Bogotá, né, e é um trabalho excepcional, né, que também usando tabuleiros gigantes e com crianças de 2, 3, 4 anos. Então, só agregando isso. Não sei se posso ler aqui. Leo Pasqualini asked about if Trincheros in the study has the support of the Kasparov Foundation to make these studies. Do you know about that?
No, nothing to do with KCF.
Nothing to do. Okay.
The first Trinchero one was supported by the Italian Chess Federation and some regional organizations. Mm-hmm. The big one in 2017 was supported by the EU, the European Commission, not the European Chess Union, the European Union, because and with part of its €250,000 grant.
Okay, but by Deus, Erasmus, yeah?
Yes, Erasmus.
Yes. Okay. Bom, então, não tem, Léo, apoio da Fundação Kasparov, vem todo da Comissão Europeia, não da Federação Europeia de Xadrez, né, mas da Europa, através do projeto Erasmus, que é um projeto de pesquisa e pós-graduação. O Juan Manuel conhece melhor que nós, né, que permite fazer a pesquisa, uma pesquisa bastante grande, mais de 200 mil euros em 3 países, né, esse que ele falou aí, da Espanha, Itália e Alemanha, né? Mais alguma pergunta? Mais um questionamento?
Can I just mention also that one of the links at the end there takes you to Erasmus, which describes the project in general, and also points out that it was one of their best ever projects. It's one that they, I forget the term that they use, but they describe it as being of a special importance.
Bom, então ele falou que essa pesquisa feita foi na avaliação do projeto, do programa Erasmus, foi avaliado como uma das pesquisas de maior importância, né, feitas pelo projeto. Talvez aí o João Manuel possa organizar alguma pesquisa em Erasmus que o Brasil possa participar também, até colhendo dados, etc. Né? Seria bastante interessante. Mais alguma coisa? Mais alguma pergunta? Mais algum esclarecimento que gostariam de fazer? Tudo, acho que está mais ou menos dentro do horário, né, Valério? So, Conor, I guess that's all. I thank you very much for your explanation. It was very nice. Many new things that have happened in the search of chess, and especially these younger primary kids. And thank you very much for your contribution here. So I will give you the word to Dr. Valério Brusamolin, who is the chairman of the second meeting. Yeah, but it was my pleasure to talk to you again. Yeah, after so many years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. I liked very much this research, Mr. Kevin, because some people say that chess is just for playing the game. It's just a game, and this research shows that chess is a tool, is a very useful tool for teachers to improve kids' abilities. And then I think that your presentation will inspire many people to make more researches using chess, not just to teach kids to play chess, but they will research how to use chess to improve kids' abilities in mathematics, in Portuguese, and in any other skills. Thank you very much, Mr. Kevin. People are asking me for the link for this paper, and then you pass it to me, and I will send it to all people that are participating of our researchers meeting. Thank you, everybody. Obrigado a todos. À noite, hoje, nós teremos uma palestra, uma conferência muito interessante com o grande mestre Jaime Sumier, uma conferência em que ele vai apresentar os projetos de desenvolvimento que ele participou para o aprimoramento do xadrez no Paraná e também no Brasil. Será hoje às 20 horas. Nós vamos agora editar e, posteriormente, eu vou disponibilizar para todos os participantes do encontro a gravação desta conferência. Então, até o próximo encontro. And Mr. Kevin, thank you very much, and bye.
Obrigado, and I will send you the document or the link to the document later today.
Thank you. Obrigado a todos. Até mais.